Good morning, and welcome back to my channel, Nick Can't Game, or Can He? Um, I was just thinking yesterday that there is a game I started recording and playing with you guys last year. Uh, no, not last year. It was actually back in January, and I haven't done anything for it since I went into the hospital at the end of January and had my most recent amputation at the beginning of February. So I haven't done this game in quite a while, and I thought, I'm thinking of it now. I might as well do one. So we're going to go back into the game City of Heroes, Homecoming, and we're going to the character that we created the last time we did this video, known as Star Caesar. And yeah, we'll flip over to that, and we'll get going. Star Caesar is a heroic archery/temporal manipulation blaster, currently hanging out in Atlas Park. About to begin her adventures after the tutorial. Okay. So we need to speak with this agent who we're standing in front of to start his storyline. His name is Matthew Habishi with the Federal Bureau of Superpowered Affairs, FBSA. Are you okay from getting out from Galaxy City? And he just barely got out himself. And we have a couple dialogue options here. One is, don't worry about me, what's the situation here? The other is, I am, but what are we doing to recover? For this time, we'll just go with the what are we doing to recover option. Atlas Park has seen much better days. All the refugees from Galaxy City are being sent here, either to find loved ones that they lost or for support. However, the majority of the police force is fighting in Galaxy City, leaving Atlas right from the picking. That's why the FBSA sends him to work with heroes like us to try to take back Atlas Park. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this. Okay, the storyline is named What Was Lost. Part 1 of the storyline is named Demons and Gangsters. As if we didn't have enough problems with Galaxy City. The Hellions, which is a low-level gang with supernatural abilities, are terrorizing a neighborhood nearby. The majority of the Paragon Police Department are too busy trying to contain the situation in Galaxy. There are a ton of refugees in that area trying to take shelter. We need your help in taking back that neighborhood. Just tell me where to go and I'll help those people. They're in one of the... Matthew seems distracted for a moment. He shakes his head, gathering himself. Sorry, they're in a neighborhood to the west of Atlas Plaza. You've got to thin out their numbers? Then what remains of the PPD can take control of the situation. Be careful. The Hellions are your run-of-the-mill gangsters. These guys are demon worshippers. Well, that's not good. So up here, we can see that if we turn our character to the left, we'll be able to follow that marker, which I'm going to do now. If you see that distance thing out there, that means that there are quite a few, quite a little bit of travel in the early days before travel powers, which we'll get into once we get them. Alright. P5 Hellions. And what do you know? Here is the Hellion. And we have defeated 3 Hellions on our objective of 5. And we've got our 5. We can return back to Matthew for debriefing. And to find out what's the next step of our plan of action. Thank you, Star Caesar. The PPD are on the scene now and handling the situation. The Hellions said something about Atlas Park being the next to fall. Seriously? Can't we catch a break? It's not meteors destroying the city, it's a group of demon-worshipping punk cultists saying the end is nigh. Looks like we're not out of the woods yet. That's what we're here for, Matthew. We're here to handle these situations. Where do we go and what do we do next? Ask about available missions. Part 2, the People's Protector. It sounds like the Hellions are either planning something big or they know something big is about to happen. I'll admit I'm kind of new to the whole business of taking down criminals like this. I was just a guy working behind the desk before the Galaxy incident. I think I have an idea of what we can do next, however. What are you thinking, Matthew? What are you thinking? Officer Nelson is taking charge of the PPD's cleanup of that neighborhood. He'll know about anything going on with the Hellions. I'd go talk to him. Oh yeah, here's my cell phone number. You can call me anytime. This way of communication is much more efficient. And then the game text tells you that in the future, contacts will give you their cell phone numbers once you've done enough missions for them. You can use this to call them from anywhere in the open world. So that's something to keep in mind for the future. And what we see here is that enhancements, which are things that can increase the ability of your powers, drop from defeating enemies, and so do these, which are inspirations. Inspirations allow you to gain an edge in a fight. If you need to be a little bit stronger, the red ones, which start with enrage and go up 2 more tiers, will make your powers hit the enemies that much harder. Blue ones will restore your stamina. They're called Catch Your Breath. And green ones will restore your health. That's called Resurgence. You also have yellow ones which enhance your accuracy. Brown ones which reduce the amount of damage that you take. And purple ones called Luck that make it harder for enemies to hit you. So now that we've gone through that explanation, let's go off and see what the officer has to say. And if you'll notice, as a superhero, you can jump a bit higher and further than what a non-superpowered hero would do. And this must be Officer Nelson. Star Caesar, right? I heard you're responsible for helping us take back this area. We all appreciate it. You and Matt are already doing a lot of good for this city. It can set an example for those lazier. It's a shame that his wife Dana died in Galaxy. But anyway, we could use more of your help if you're willing to give it. And our dialogue options are, yes, can you tell me more about how you attacked activity? Or wait, Matthew's wife died in Galaxy? And we're going to go with this one. The wait, Matthew's wife died in Galaxy. He didn't tell you? Doesn't surprise me, he's a very focused guy. I don't know the details. All I know is that he said she didn't make it. If you want to know more, I'd ask him. Will do. What can you tell me about the Hellions? The Hellions are over in Prometheus Park right now. We've got reports they've kidnapped several people and are trying to take others in the park. Someone has to stop them, but we just don't have the manpower to keep this neighborhood safe and go after them. It'll be up to you to make that happen, Star Caesar. I'm on it. Leave it to me. Yeah, a lot of times at this early level, the zones, areas of the city are designed so that you can just run in more or less a straight line towards your destination. Now we've rescued our first civilian, who stops by to give us a nod of approval. And that's another civilian rescued. Only one more civilian to be saved. And we leveled up. And now we know where the Hellions are hiding. It's time to go after them. They must be under this bridge here. Yep. Here's the entrance to their hideaway. Let's go in after them. Find information on the Hellions. And beat some down while you're at it. Looking for is over that way. And this is here, cursed artifact. Call Matthew. You find an artifact that exudes dark magic. It seems the Hellions are using this to perform some sort of dark magic in the caves beneath Prometheus Park. You notice a small label on the side of the artifact reading, Property of Magi. Who is Magi? We're about to find out, I'm sure. And we are able to call the detective. Matthew here. Oh, Star Caesar. Good to hear from you. What's going on with the Hellion situation? I found an artifact they had. Looks like it belongs to Magi. Great. I mean that to be sarcastic, by the way. The Magi vault in Galaxy City was destroyed during the incident. There's probably hundreds of dangerous artifacts floating around Paragon now. At least we've got one of them. We're getting reports, however, of more missing people. Probably the Hellions' work. Cursed artifact, crazy cultists, missing people. Never a good sign. You're right on that one, Star Caesar. We need to find out where the Hellions are keeping all of those people. Did you find out anything else? Options are no, that's all on next, or what happened to your wife if you don't mind me asking. Let's ask him about his wife. It seems like the right thing to do. My wife? Nelson told you, I'm guessing. We were in Galaxy, Dana and I, when the incident happened. We were trying to get it out when a bunch of those monsters separated us. I distracted them to give her the chance to run. We were split, but I thought she would make it to the evac point. When I arrived, she wasn't there. I tried to wait from her, but Longbow and Vanguard, which are two other agencies we'll get a more thorough introduction to later in the game, reported that there were no survivors and then took us all away. When I got out of Galaxy, the FBSA put me straight to work on helping Atlas. All I can do now is try to push forward and fix things here. There will be time for morning later, right? I suppose so. What's next? Well, I think I have an idea of what we could do next. It's a little crazy, but I think it just might work. I'm a superhero. Crazy is part of the business. Let's do this. What do you have in mind? Part 3, Incognito. We need to find one of the Hellions' bases and get information on what they're planning and where they're taking those hostages, without them knowing about it. Which means you'll have to get yourself some information and a disguise. You got an idea on where to get both? I just might. We're getting reports about Hellions loitering around one of the tunnels nearby. An eyewitness said it looked like they might be guarding a possible supply cache. If you take down Hellion informants, which are a specific type of Hellion enemy, you can find out where their cache is. After that, you can disguise yourself as the informant to get in there and find some information. If we go incognito, we might be able to catch them off guard. And by we, I mean you. Sorry. Don't apologize, Matthew. It's what I do. So, let's get out of the cave and find some Hellion informants to smack around. They are over that way under some tunnels. We're probably under an overpass. Right there is the train station off to our right. When we finally leave Atlas, that is where we'll be taking us where we're going. Yeah, dude. No. Butt out. And when you defeat enemies who are threatening a civilian, sometimes the civilian will come by and say hello or thank you or things along that line. So yeah, they're under this overpass. There's one now. Hey dude, I'm gonna have to take your clothes. I need those to get into your base and beat up some of your people and take some information. Okay, and when you get some, when you beat some enemies, they'll give you a tip. We see here you have received a tip. Tips are special single mission contacts. You can find them in the contact section of your nav bar under the tips tab. Some tips will guide you to exploration badges around the city, and others will lead you to various special missions. I'll do that after I finish with Matthew. Now, I believe this is the door we're going for our mission. And we now appear to be a female demon with that one. Look for evidence about the Hellions' next move. Find information about the Hellions. So that information is over here. And because we're in disguise, I think that we belong here. You sift through various items belonging to the Hellions and find documents detailing something called the Ritual of Souls. There are details here on where the ritual will be taking place, that it requires 4 pure souls, and that it will summon a powerful demon to cause chaos and destruction in Atlas. Not the chaos from the old Get Smart TV series. This is actual chaos. There's also mention that an outside source gave the Hellions components to perform this ritual. Of course. There's gotta be somebody else behind this. The Hellions are, kind of small time. So somebody's obviously using them to make the situation in the city worse. So we go up the stairs and out the door. And we're back in our real look. Call Matthew to tell him what we found. Great work, Star Caesar. You found information about something called the Ritual of Souls? That doesn't sound good at all. But at least we know where they're going to be performing the ritual. What worries me is who exactly gave them this ritual to the Hellions. We can worry about that later, however. We have some more pressing matters to deal with. Yes, I think we do. We're now at the finale, titled Is Now Found. The storyline, What Was Lost, is now found. You get it. There's no time to lose, Star Caesar. We know where the Hellions are preparing this ritual of souls. You need to get in there and put a stop to them once and for all. The most important thing is to stop that ritual and rescue the citizens who were kidnapped. There's one other thing I'd like you to look into. What is it? I'd like you to see if you can find out who gave them the ritual. If someone's supplying the Hellions with something this dangerous, who knows who else they could be helping. That's all assuming you can stop the ritual. If not, well, we'll have bigger problems on our hands than who's giving those guys rituals. Yeah, we will, but don't worry, Matthew. I'll stop this. I'm a hero. It's what I do. Ritual is happening off that way. Oops. Hello, boys. Goodbye, boys. What's happening? Oh, really? You want to shoot at me? Fine. One less Hellion. It's a dangerous city, but there's always someone around like me to help you, citizen. Okay. Let's get in there and stop that ritual. Here in this part of the office building is filled with smoke and magic. There's no time to lose, you need to save those people. stairs, past the fires, and into harm's way we go. Because we're superheroes, darn it. So the ritual's not taking place on the first floor, we've got to go up. Oh, Cindy, I'm not going to let you do that. Nobody's opening forward to another world while I'm enraged, so we can find it a little bit easier. Goodbye, Cinderburn. I say it was nice to meet you, but it really wasn't. Okay, someone's trying to contact us on this computer. Let's see what's going on. Is anybody there? Please, I don't have much time. They're going to find me at any moment. I'm here with other survivors. Please, someone needs to hear this. I'm here. My name is Star Caesar. Who is this? Star Caesar. Oh, it's good to hear someone else. My name is Dana Habashi. Dana Habashi? Matthew's wife? Matthew? He's alive? He got out of Galaxy City? He is. Hold on. Let me get him on the communicator. Get your communicator and radio to Matthew Habashi. Listen. We're alive. Matthew, I don't have much time to talk. I'm being held prisoner by Arachnos. What? Where? We're coming to get you. You and Star Caesar need to hear this. Arachnos have captured survivors of Galaxy City and they're running gangs in Atlas Park. To destabilize it. They're the ones who help the Hellions. You have to help them or else. Bam, bam, bam. Matthew, there she is. Take her back in. Dana, we're going to find you. I promise. Yes, we will, Matthew. We absolutely will. And when your mission is complete, it will give you the exit mission button right up here. And you leave the mission and head back into Atlas Park. We're going to go and talk to Matthew directly. And then we're going to go level up. Get our new powers. Sprint for faster movement. Well, we saved the day, Star Caesar. Those people you saved will be safe, and the Hellions plan is stopped. I just wish that there was some answer from my wife, that we knew where she was. If only I was able to go back and find her, none of this would have happened in the first place. She'd be safe. Your wife's alive, Matthew. It's not too late to save her. Level 4. And, for completing the storyline, we get what was called a merit reward. These merits are rewarded for completing difficult tasks and allow you to exchange them for powerful rewards such as enhancements. Merits can be spent at the various merit rewards vendors throughout the Paragon City, Pretoria, and the Rogue Isles. Merit rewards are stored in the special tab in your salvage. Note, merits earned completing task forces and strike forces and trials are subject to diminishing returns if the same task is completed more than once within a 24-hour period. So try out different task forces, strike forces, and trials to maximize your rewards. Okay? And now that we've got that out of the way, back to the story. You're right, I still have a chance. Not everyone can say that, right? But we also need to make sure Atlas is safe. I'll work on my end to see what I can find out calling Arachnos and what they're doing, what they're planning, and where they're holding my wife and the other prisoners. I know some people could use your help right now. They're fighting the good fight in Atlas, but they're losing. Who are these people? There's a lot to be done before Atlas Park is returned back to normal, Star Caesar. Let's get to work. One of the people who needs your help is called a man named Officer Fields, a rookie cop who was part of the Galaxy City PD, and another was a woman called Sandra Castell. You'll only have time to help one of these, but don't worry. There's another hero who is inspired by your actions with the Hellions who is going to help whoever you can't get to. So we have the option here to be introduced to a new contact. Officer Fields is a rookie cop who barely made it out of the Galaxy incident. He's working a beat over in the promenade. He sent word that the PPD there need some help on a murder case, one that could quickly turn into a series of murders if they didn't stop. Sandra Castell is a doctor who worked for the hospital in Galaxy City. She's trying to help the people in Hyperion Way, but there's a force Rewind. She's trying to help the people in the Hyperion Way, but there's a force working against her. She could use your help. I think I'll work on this murder case. So in this case, we'll choose to help Officer Fields. Yes, I'm sure. The Officer Fields is new to this whole thing, but say, hey, so am I, and we did a good job together, right? Yeah, we did. I'll let you know when I found out more information about Arachnos activity here in Atlas. And now, it's time to level up. The level person here is a hero named Ms. Liberty. And she's the trainer here in Atlas Park. When you level up, you get access to new enhancement slots and powers, and you go to her to get trained. You're doing great so far. Keep it up. Thank you. Well done, Star Caesar. You've become skilled enough to be security level 4. First, I need to train you to security level 3. Well, that makes sense. You gain 2 empty enhancement slots to place on any powers that you'd like. This allows you to equip this power with additional enhancements, and thus increasing the potential capabilities of that particular power. You will gain another row of inspiration slots. 2 new enhancement slots for your powers. Room for 4 more pieces of salvage in your salvage inventory. Room for 4 more pieces of salvage in your stored vault inventory. Room for 10 more items in your auction inventory. We'll deal with auctions later. Train up to next level. So here we see where we go to add enhancement slots to our powers. We can put, we have 2 slots available. We could put 1 on each of the archeries, or 1 on one of the archeries, or 1 on the time wall power. We could put 2 on any one power, but then that seems kind of unbalanced. You want as many powers to get stronger as you can get. So, aim shot is our stronger attack power, so we'll put an enhancement slot there. And we'll also put 1 in time wall, which is what we use to immobilize our opponents and keep them from closing to punching range. You're ready for security level 4. If you've got something too tough for you to handle by yourself, remember that there are lots of other heroes out there who can help. Try teaming up with another player. Right-click on another person and select Invite to Team Up. If the other person accepts, then you will have formed a team. You can form a team of up to 7 other players. Your team window keeps track of the hit points and endurance of your teammates. You will be able to select your teammates by clicking on their name in the Team Up window. Also, a chat channel lets you communicate discreetly with your teammates. You are now at the appropriate security level to begin acquiring salvage and recipes from enemies that you defeat. Once you reach security level 10, speak to Admissions Officer Greg Lane at the University in Steel Canyon to learn more about inventions. You will gain a new power of your choice. Room for 7 more pieces of salvage in your salvage inventory. Room for 7 more pieces of salvage in your stored vault inventory. Room for 10 more items in your auction inventory. After training, you will need to gain 680 experience before training again. Train up to next level. You have unlocked access to new power sets. So select a powerful power instead of a regular power. Click the powerful sets icon in the right hand column. At level 4 you may choose one of the first 3 powers in any power pool. The 4th and 5th power in the set will become available at level 14, but only if you choose 2 of the first 3 powers in the set earlier. You can choose a powerful power instead of a normal power from this point forward. Okay, I'm not going to do that yet. I have 2 powers in my archery ability. Only 1 the temporal manipulation power set, so I'm going to go there. Now, which one to choose? Aging Touch. You touch an enemy and accelerate their aging process, causing exhaustion and psionic damage. Affected enemies. I've been playing too much XCOM. Affected enemies will continue to age for a limited time, suffering psionic damage over time. Targets affected by the delayed effect will suffer from more psionic damage over time. Time Stop. You can trap your target within the flow of time, causing them to be held helpless. Even those resistance to the time stop's hold will still have their regeneration rate and healing effects reduced for a brief period. Targets affected by the delayed effect will suffer from a more powerful hold. However, its benefits are brief. I think I'm going to go with this one. Because it lets me keep the enemies at a distance. I don't have to get up in punching range and get smacked around, which is always kind of painful. So yeah, we're going with that. And we hit finish. Confirm our selections. Well done. You will need to get 680 more experience before you're ready for security level 5. Go out there and bring those thugs to justice. I sure will, Miss Liberty. But once I get to Officer Fields, I'm going to call it a video. The lady said to leave her alone. Leave her alone. You're welcome. Be safe out there. Okay, here's the officer. We will speak to him next time and continue our adventures in Atlas Park on City of Heroes. And there we have our second video for City of Heroes. I hope that you enjoyed that. I'm not very good at doing voices for narrating, but I will try to read out the text for you because I know sometimes it can be hard to read on these videos, especially if you're watching on a mobile device. In the meantime, once again, thank you for spending this time with me. I love you all. Take my love with you everywhere you go. I will see you all again very soon on this channel or another. And Remember to be good to each other. It's the highest calling in the world. Show each other kindness, compassion, mercy, and love. And thank you. Have a great week.